We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Hi, I'm Tracy Lautomne, and I'll be your host for Connections with Tracy. I'm going to show you how you can eat the cake, drink the good wine, take the trip, get that dream job. I'm going to introduce you to my connections. I'll be on every Tuesday. Hi, and welcome. I'm Tracy Lautomne with Connections with Tracy. My real job during the day, I am Community Affairs Specialist over at the Seminole Casino Coconut Creek. But tonight, I am your host with Connections with Tracy, and I'm so excited to introduce my guest, Sharon Alexander, the CEO of Unicorn Children's Foundation. And I am so excited to have you. When I told Angela about this last night, she was just like dumbfounded that she couldn't be here. Now, again, she's doing a little parent tour over at Meisner at your new location.
Yes, she is. So we opened our new location February 1st of 2020. The pandemic hit, kind of interrupted our plans, but we're back in full force. The Unicorn Village Academy is one of our programs. Our organization, the Unicorn Children's Foundation, is really focused on changing the lives of people with developmental and learning differences to make sure that they're accepted, included, supported, and providing meaningful opportunities. And we do this to ensure that they have access to lifelong learning, vocational training, career exploration, community living skills, daily living skills, and it's all part of the spectrum. You know, we start off with the early intervention, parent coaching programs, empowering parents to be the expert on their programs, all the way up till when they turn 22 and that school bus stops coming for them. What do parents do now, or what do these individuals do now? So part of that is the Unicorn Village Academy and our Unicorn Connection Center, where we're focused on really supporting families and people, reaching them where they're at, and then helping them develop those longer term skills. So our board president, Angela Fisher, who I know is friends with you, she's over at our office right now and welcoming a new round of parents and partners. We're all about collaboration with the community. So she's busy doing that. So I'm jumping in her place, and I'm really honored to be your inaugural guest
I know,
tonight.
I'm so excited about that. Now, I was at an event, and I think it was Boca West. It had to have been the Boca West where the baristas were out there. Tell me a little bit about that. The baristas, I mean, there's a training process, correct?
There is a training process. When we moved to our new location, we were opening our Special Perks Cafe, and it's designed to provide vocational training, but also employment opportunities. So, you know, we've got a labor market shortage across the nation right now. We have an untapped labor pool in individuals with disabilities if employers would just give them a chance. So what we've done is created vocational training programs and educated them on different skills, our cafe being one. We also have a retail program. And as we put them through that training, they earn industry standard certifications. So our baristas earn a barista certification. They also earn a Safe Serve certification, which is a food handling certification.
I've been through that many a time.
Okay, so
we all in catering, parties, any kind of food industry, we've all been through Safe Serve, and that's kind of strenuous.
It is, and our
and you have to get them trained. You have to plan for this, right?
100%. And so what we've done is they're earning the same industry standard certification that you've taken, but we just modify the curriculum. So it might take them a little bit longer to get through all of the training, but they take the same exam.
Yes.
Right? They take the same exam. And this is really empowering them. They're able to build their resume. But as part of it, you know, we talk about how important it is for businesses for their diversity employment initiatives to hire individuals with disabilities. But we said, you know, we can't go out and promote hiring people with disabilities unless we're doing the same thing. You can talk the talk, but if you're not walking the walk, then there's a problem. So we did open our cafe. Unfortunately, with the pandemic, again, we moved February 1st of 2020. We had to stop all of our in-person programs March 1st of 2020. So we had to reimagine how we were going to do this. And we bought a mobile coffee cart that goes out to community events. So it's in the outdoors. So the pandemic became less of a mitigating
And
factor.
it's brilliant. They did such a great job. And and there was a lot of people out there, and the coffee was darn good too.
It is darn good, and they're continuing to craft their skills, and we're continuing to put additional people through the program. In fact, our program is not just local in Boca. We have participants from across 22 states and Canada. We have an instructor who's teaching as far away as London. She teaches our photography class, but we're able to continue to help them build their resume, build their skill set. We just recently received state appropriation funding to expand our industry standard certifications across the state of Florida. So there's a lot of opportunities. Not only are we providing meaningful opportunities for employment for individuals with intellectual and developmental disorders, but we're filling a significant gap in our labor market pool. So it's been exciting.
Now, how do you get to Unicorn Children's Foundation? I mean, you haven't been there forever.
It feels like forever sometimes. I've been with the organization 16 years. We were founded in 1994. I've been there since 2006. My training is as a child development specialist. So before joining Unicorn, I actually had a private practice where I worked with young children and their families. Many of them were diagnosed with autism, ADHD, behavioral challenges. And in doing so, the one factor that really bothered me with a private practice is the parent that came to me with a child. And I said, your child has so much potential, so much untapped potential that we can fix, or we can help them really be the best version of themselves if they can do these therapies, which at that time were only out of pocket expenses. And when you had a family that came to us and said, I'm sorry, I can't afford it, that was devastating for me. So when the foundation reached out to me and said, hey, listen, we'd love for you to join our foundation, I thought, wow, this is really great. I can actually provide my expertise at no cost to families.
And always full spectrum, was that the children that you always worked with?
Yeah, so we look at the broad spectrum. We talk about neurodiversity, right?
Broad spectrum.
So when we talk about neurodiversity, we all think, communicate, learn differently. So you can put a diagnostic label of autism or ADHD, Down syndrome, anxiety disorders. It doesn't mean that they're less than. It just means that we need to, make accommodations, or they maybe need a little more time to process. And so it's really up to us to create a world where all children of all abilities can flourish.
That's incredible. And I know that you have this amazing gala once a year. I know last year it was at Hard Rock. You have something coming up this year?
We do. So our gala is our main fundraiser for the year. Obviously every charity had to take a break during the pandemic. So last year we had it at the Hard Rock. We had Josh Blue from America's Got Talent, who's a comedian with cerebral palsy. This year we are planning for March 11th at the Boca. So we're excited. We know there's a lot of new renovations are going on over there, and we're really looking forward to bringing back, every event that we've gone to over the past year seems like a family reunion of sorts, because we haven't seen people for 2 years. And so you get in a room, whether it's a cocktail or a golf tournament, and it's like, oh, we haven't seen each other. So it really is that family reunion. And at Unicorn, we really pride ourselves. It started as a family foundation, and we keep those same principles in mind as we develop and cultivate and build more relationships with more people.
I love what you guys do. I really do. I've always been interested in taking the next step. So you embracing this barista program and your perks and taking the next level to education is just beyond. And I love that you're bringing awareness to our community.
And it's not only that, it's really like going back to the parents. And I think the pandemic was a big eye opener for us, right? So these parents are the experts on their child. It doesn't matter. They don't need the PhD after their name or their master's degree or their doctorate. They know what their child's strengths are, what their child's interests are, how their child likes to learn, but they need to feel empowered, because when they get that initial diagnosis, it's really devastating, right? You've had a child, you have hopes and dreams, and then all of a sudden somebody says, oh, but your child has diagnosis A. And then what do? And you're told to go to these experts, whether it's psychologists, behaviorists, speech and language pathologists, occupational therapists. And these people are treating your child, but if the parents aren't empowered to be an active participant in that and to carry over and generalize those skills into their natural environment, then we're limiting the potential of the child's progress. So we do have an early intervention parent coaching program that teaches the parents the skills at an early age to become experts on their child. And we've had some really exciting stories where parents have come in and said, I've learned so much from this program that when I took my child into speech therapy and I saw how this expert was interacting with my child, I actually had to intervene and say, that's not how my child learns best. Why don't you try this? And then the whole therapy session became more effective and the parent felt empowered. They're no longer, as all parents, we say, where was that parenting manual that came with the birth of my baby? Well, imagine having a child with unique challenges or unique abilities. It's even more pronounced. So we're trying to give that manual and give those skills and the advocacy strategies, making sure that parents know that they have a voice in making a difference.
Well, you're the second person today that told me that a kid does not come with a manual, that when they're born, they should have something taped onto their foot. But we are here with Sharon Alexander. I'm real excited. If you have any questions for Sharon, please call in to 1-888-565-1470. We're with Sharon Alexander from the Unicorn Children Foundation. And I think we have a commercial break coming right up. You're with Connections with Tracy.
Along the sun-drenched beaches of Boca Raton lies AMP2 Media. We strive to bring rising stars and their fantastic work into the spotlight. From music to art, we have the tools and the talent you need to help you reach the next level. AMP2 Media is proud to announce our new scoring platform for reality shows, movies, and videos. We have the ability to highlight music according to what the eye sees on the screen. Our excellent mastery of music allows us into the deepest part of your film. Our different sounds allow your film work to come to life. For more information, call our studios at 866-224-5422 or visit our website at amp2.tv. Let AMP Media Productions bring your media to life.
And that's all the time we have for tonight. I want to thank you for tuning in. And remember, stay connected and tune in to Connections with Tracy. All right, and welcome back with Connections with Tracy. I'm here with Sharon Alexander, the CEO of Unicorn Children's Foundation. And I can't thank you enough. This is my first show, and I'm real excited. Got some great producers. Thank you, Freddie and Dawn, and Linda.
Students into your program?
So yeah, our Special Perks Cafe, our barista training program, as well as our retail training, our industry standard certification program, we actually started that for the students who had already aged out of the Unicorn Village Academy. So now we're trying to integrate both. So yes, so if you have an adult who has some neurological differences and they're interested in obtaining vocational or employment opportunities, certainly they can go to our website and check it out. And I find it ironic, Tracy, that your show is named Connections, because when we opened our center, we did not call it the Unicorn Children's Foundation headquarters. We called it the Unicorn Connection Center, because our goal is to make connections between individuals with developmental differences and the broader community. So it's almost
it
meant to be
absolutely makes
here.
sense. Yes, it is absolutely meant to be.
What ages do you take to become
So
part of your
for our
program?
industry standard certification, I think our youngest is 16. Our oldest is up in their 30s. So we don't really have any age restrictions. Because the program is, a lot of our training sessions are offered virtually. There's no geographic restrictions. In fact, our state funding is actually working on expanding the program throughout the state of Florida.
So if you know a student or an adult that could use some services or some training, how would they reach out to you?
So they can reach us at 561-620-9377, or they can check out our website, unicornchildrensfoundation.org.
Got a lot of young adults that could use some extra work, some extra self-confidence, self-esteem boosting.
In addition to, in addition to our vocational training, we also offer social recreational programs. So right now we have learning Japanese. Our most popular class has been dating and relationships, which I think I need to sign up for, because, being 50 and single, maybe I might learn some new skills.
I want to learn
from them.
Japanese so I can just order sushi quicker.
There you go. In fact, we just received an email from somebody in Japan who heard about our programs, who's an American working in Japan, and is interested in teaching classes. So we thought England was far away, but now we've actually have an outreach to Japan. So the pandemic did have its silver linings as far as our outreach, and we're just really excited to keep growing and
That's incredible.
keep making sure that people know what's possible. We're redefining the narrative. It used to be if your child was diagnosed with autism, you're thinking that you're going to have to institutionalize your child, and that's not the case. We're starting to hear about more stories. I mean, take Richard Branson, a virgin. He credits his dyslexia because he thinks out of the box. The original founder of JetBlue, he revolutionized air travel, or he disrupted the air travel industry because he was ADHD and he thought differently than the rest of us. So, we can't take
He wasn't
an old
doing it by the book.
Exactly. We don't take old problems and try and find new solutions with the same pattern of thinking. So we need these unique thinkers, these neurodiverse individuals who color our world, and it's really inspiring. When you go into our cafe, it's not open 5 days a week yet. We're working on that.
Okay.
But when we have events, the last Wednesday of every month, we do a family fun night from 5:30 to 7:30. Our cafe is open at that time, and when you come in and meet our baristas, we say we're not selling coffee, which we don't yet. We're serving kindness one cup at a time.
Now tell me more about Family Fun Night, because I was told that I could come and play backgammon that night.
Yes, you can, and you can do karaoke. So a little Madonna going on up in
I can
one
get
of
my
the rooms.
Madonna in finally.
You can absolutely. So yes, we do. We usually have a sponsor, and I'm not sure if Seminole Casino Creek has sponsored us yet. If you haven't, we'll be hitting you up, or I'm sure
there'll
our
be an
board
email
president
somewhere.
will be. But we have the cafe open. We have art projects for kids to engage in. We usually have a little snack area. We have karaoke.
And
in our
is there a
art studio.
fee for that? Is there
Absolutely
Do they have
not.
to sign up? Email? Is there a link? Is it an Eventbrite?
It's a free event.
Okay.
We do have a link on our website if you want to sign up, but it's really, you can just stop in, check out our Connection Center, see everything that we've got going on. We have a really cool wall in our kitchen that our junior board actually came up with a slogan that says "Make Your Own Magic," and it has a giant unicorn. We've got
And we were
unicorns all over the
talking about
center.
manifesting before, so make your own magic. That's exactly what I was talking about before. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, so what else is going on? I know that there's the Family Fun Night, and how many people do you think you have coming out for that?
We generally average around 50 people who come out for the event. A lot of them, a wide variety of ranges, right? So we have parents with young children who just received their first diagnosis, aren't sure where to go, and we're really there to help connect them to the resources in the community, helping them advocate for them, for their child's rights, up to adults, that the parents are saying, we've invested all these resources for the last 20 years, and now all of a sudden the school system says, well, they've aged out of the program. Now what's next? We don't want to invest all these resources and graduate these adults to the couch. We need to make sure that they've got social opportunities, that they have employment opportunities, and that's really where the Connection Center comes into play.
And how do they reach out to you? If anybody's out there listening and looking for programs, something like this, has family members, has a cousin, has just thinking about how they can help, how do they reach out to you?
So there's a variety of mechanisms. If you're local, it's 561-620-9377. If you are out of state, it is 8886-UNICORN. You can check us out on the website, www.unicornchildrensfoundation.org. Or if you're into the emails, I know we've got people with multi-channels of communication, which can be overwhelming from the receiver at times, but they can also email us at info@unicornchildrensfoundation.org. We're planning on bringing in family navigators who can actually sit down with a family, help them figure out what their short and long-term goals are, and really connecting them to the resources in the community and helping track their progress along the way. So that's our next program that's coming up, and we're really excited about that. And that's thanks to Impact 100 Women of Palm Beach County. We received some funding from them to get that program going.
Well, I can't thank you enough for coming. I mean, this has been really exciting. I've learned more about Unicorn Foundation, and I'm sorry, Angela, because I know she's going to be really mad at me. I know she's listening too. So, Angela, listen, you and I are going to have to grab some soup at the First Street Deli, and I hope you guys tune in next week. I'll be back next Tuesday, and Connections with Tracy, and I'm Tracy Lautomne, your host. And if you need to reach out, you can reach out to me at tracy.lautomne, LAUTOMNE, at stofgaming.com, and they might flash it up for me, which would be great. And if not, give me a call. I'm at 954-809-4191. We've got guests lined up for the next 8 weeks, so please tune in, and it's all good. It's all good. And it's 954-809-4191. But thank you for tuning in, Tracy, Connections with Tracy, and I will be here next Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
Say goodbye.
Bye. And that's all the time we have for tonight. I want to thank you for tuning in. And remember, stay connected and tune in to Connections with Tracy.